Ladies and gentlemen, something has changed in the WWE, and honestly, I don't like it because these big names are re-signing these contracts. Now, it was reported that the guy in charge of getting these wrestlers to sign before has been released. Brian, what was his name?
Dan Ventrell.
Dan Bentrell has been released, and ever since he left, these big names like Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, the guy I really wanted to see go to AEW, has officially re-signed with WWE. So my dreams are broken, like Drew McIntyre, who's supposed to be getting that song back. But guys, how do y'all feel about this big announcement we got today with Seth Rollins re-signing to WWE?
Well, besides the feeling, I think it's a confirmation that I don't know if that happened like already, but Becky, she's pretty much staying in a WWE too. I was gonna say AEW, but yeah, that's not happening. And I guess that's not happening for the next 3, 4, 5 years. We don't know how long the contract is, but I would imagine it's a lengthy one, especially with WWE wanting to lock this man down because he's done so much. And him going to AEW, again, it wouldn't really change the world, but it wouldn't be too comfortable for the WWE either. So no surprise that they locked him down. He's always been a company man. And yeah, it is interesting that all these people are now signing back. Like just a year or two ago, we would see everybody leaving the WWE going to AEW. Like Kevin Owens, for example, or Sami Zayn, when they re-signed to the WWE, like it was surprising. At the time, I thought it was smart, but it was still surprising because like they were like literally the only people that re-signed with the WWE. And yeah, even the people who wanted to resign would end up getting fired. I don't know. It's interesting now. People really want to just stay. I think after WrestleMania 40, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is the company to stay in." So I'm not going anywhere. And I think that might be the attitude here. But yeah, it's interesting. The most interesting thing is that the guy that got fired, was he in charge of talent accusation? Is that the deal with him?
I believe so. When I saw the report, they kind of linked him to these people not signing, and
Right.
I think there's definitely some fuel. There's something to it.
Mhm.
If he's gone, and as soon as he's gone, everybody's signing contracts. There's something to it.
I don't know. Brian, what do you got? What do you feel about all this
Oh
transpiring
boy.
right now?
I just want to say these wrestlers, they're
I'm
realizing
making making terrible decisions.
they're realizing what AEW has become, and they are now saying this is the company that they want to be in. And listen, bro, it is what it is. I mean, right now, I think this is a good move for Seth, but I think now there is no rush. I think you sit down at home and you wait.
Oh yeah.
And you let us miss you because right now I think that's super important. But the one thing I will say is that WWE hasn't signed so many of the big free agents coming over from New Japan, but I'm glad that they're retaining their talent that they've grown in WWE, because I think it would have been bad if they didn't get in on those talents and they also weren't signing their actual stars and they would have been leaving as well. So I think it plays a huge role right now, and I think this is good for WWE and just keeping those big household names and not taking the L to Tony Khan in this situation.
I mean, that's a good point of them. Like they could have signed a lot of people from New Japan, but they only signed like the people that will 100% benefit them, like Tamatonga. So I think that's a pretty smart decision by the WWE. And from what I'm seeing, even though it doesn't work out most of the time, they're trying to do stuff with everybody, whether they're popular or not. Anybody and everybody who was in Triple H's NXT, they've been brought up, and the same chances that were given to Seth Rollins to be on the main roster, not in the same scale, obviously not, is like we're seeing the, what do you call them, the amateur wrestler guys. Oh god, not the Alpha Academy, but the other guys. Can you remember the name? The Brutus
Creed
and the
brothers or
Beat,
something.
the Creed brothers. Yeah, to Creed brothers, to Johnny Gargano. Like everybody's getting a chance, everybody's getting a fair run. Same with the big tsunami guy. I can't remember anybody's name tonight, but
Austin
you
Reed.
know, yeah, they're trying every single. Wow, you're a WWE fan, Kayla. That's cool to
I'm
see.
a wrestling guy. I'm a pro wrestling guy.
Yeah, like I like the fact that WWE's literally giving them a fair chance, not just a couple of weeks, but a month, a couple of months. Maybe more than one gimmick, or they change up same gimmick a little bit. So I like that. Just try to use the stars that you have, make them into a stars if they're not, and then maybe you can get rid of them. And like even with all this that I'm saying, we still got people like Apollo Crews, Odyssey Jones, and so many other names that I'm probably missing that are not even being used. So it's cool that people are staying. They should stay. And it's cool that WWE is not signing, like Brian said, every single hot free agent. They should probably sign some. Like it would have been cool. It would have been really be cool if they were able to sign Will Ospreay and stuff like that. But other than that, those big guys, I think what do you call it? The policy, the strategy that the WWE is following right now, I think it's decent.
Yeah, I agree.
It's terrible. These guys have gone crazy, y'all. This is a bad thing. This is good for WWE, sure. Keep your guys that you build or whatever, but they built Seth Rollins and tore him down. Seth Rollins right now is drowning in WWE. This was a bad move for his career. Like, what are you thinking, young man? You see what you have turned to in WWE. You are irrelevant. You were the WWE champion, but nobody cared. Roman Reigns in the ring, burying you. The Rock comes to the ring and buries you. I think Seth Rollins should have bit the bullet and got out of there for even if it was just a year or two. You go to AEW and rebuild yourself, get some great matches. You could have got more money because you could, if you made yourself a star in AEW, even wrestling in New Japan, going around the world just like Drew McIntyre did, just like Cody Rhodes did, just like Jinder Mahal did. I feel like Seth Rollins could have made himself a bigger star than he is right now. Now he's stuck in WWE and he will always be behind Roman Reigns. He will always be behind Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins is number 3 at best in WWE when he could have been number 1 in AEW for just 2 years and then left AEW, went back to WWE. Now he's number 1 in there, just like Cody Rhodes was, pinning Roman Reigns. But as he is right now, it will never happen. He's Roman Reigns' little brother. They're going to bury him. They're going to cook him every time. He's going to come back from injury doing the same stupid, goofy gimmick, and he's going to go nowhere. In AEW, he could have been in there having great matches, making great stories, being something with Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Okada. That's a whole new world for Seth Rollins again, and you're not locked into anything because you don't have to sign a 5-year contract. If he signed a 5-year contract with WWE, done. Cancel Christmas. This is his last chance. If he does not cook with WWE in this contract, nobody's going to care about Seth Rollins. He's always going to be number 3 because in WWE, like I said before, he will never be that number 1 guy that he could and probably should have been. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right. So
now, when it comes to why he made this decision, I think it has a lot to do with where AEW is right now. This week, they almost got under 700,000 viewers. So you know what? I get it, but you got to be brave. You got to take that chance and you got to build your legacy because your legacy in WWE is number 3.
As long as you get that cash, man. Look at what Cody did. Yeah.
Tony Khan would have gave him a bag.
You keep
100%
talking. You
guaranteed.
keep talking. You just compared Seth Rollins to Cody Rhodes in Stardust form and Drew McIntyre. When
that's
Drew
what
McIntyre
he is right
was
now.
considered a jobber.
This
no,
goofy Seth Rollins
bro.
You
can't, and then you keep saying number 3 like
it's
it's a horrible thing to be behind Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and then you act like he was never number 1 in this company. He was number 1 forever.
Was he number 1?
He was when he was with the Authority. He was number 1. They made him the guy.
Bray Wyatt in a red Hell in the Cell, throwing chairs and
bro.
dildos
when he was in the Authority, he was number 1.
Okay, well, why is he number 8 now? Because Drew McIntyre,
let's not do 3 to 8. You said number 3. You said number. I mean, bro, Drew McIntyre is really hot. It's really hard to be hotter than Drew McIntyre right now.
And that's the example I was gonna give. You're saying Seth Rollins is dead, but look at what Drew McIntyre has done. Why can't we say the same thing for Seth?
Who's to say that Seth doesn't come back with another gimmick? Like I think he is gonna come back with another gimmick months down the line when he does return.
I don't know if Seth has the talent, though. I agree with Kenny.
Because it's not what he's doing right now. Is not it. They're killing him in WWE. Just like Dean Ambrose, they're killing Seth Rollins too.
I'll be honest though. I think that right now the issue is that we as fans, like us hardcore fans, we think that what Seth is doing is goofy. But there's a lot of fans that like it though, bro. Like I go and navigate the comments, and there's fans that actually like this goofy stuff from Seth. Me personally, I don't like it, and I know that we don't like it, but there are people out there who like it. That's just the weird part about it.
They just
I've
like
seen-
singing his theme song. Seth
I've
Rollins
seen a
isn't even
lot.
over. They just want to sing his theme song.
Kenny, I know you hate him, but I think Seth Rollins should be more like CM Punk and kind of demand more for himself because
Nah,
I think he's being
nah,
too selfless
no
and
CM
letting
Punk.
everybody roll over him, kind of.
I
Cancel
Come
actually,
on.
Christmas on
I
CM
actually
Punk.
like that. Imagine getting a Seth Rollins pipe bomb.
Pipe bomb type thing.
That would be cool.
Yeah, come out like, I've been busting it all this time. Y'all put Roman Reigns above me, but I'm out here killing it. Da 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 da. Yeah, give him that thing because he needs some type of fire. He needs to really be
Exactly.
that burn it down Seth Rollins he was before and get away from all this goofy gimmick stuff. Because honestly, I think the guy has a potential. He might be the best wrestler in the world. I'll say it. But what they do with him, it just kills him. I don't even want to watch him wrestle because of the goofy stuff he's doing. Get him out of here.